Evet, herkese merhaba. Dersimize hoş geldiniz. So, welcome everyone and welcome to our lesson. Herkese iyi akşamlar, iyi günler or günaydın. Good morning to everyone, good night or good day, depending on wherever you're from. So, dersimiz hemen şimdi başlıyor. What can we expect from this lesson? Bu dersten ne bekleyebiliriz? Önce standard. I want to emphasize this because we are going to be learning the other variations. But first I want to explain the standard Turkish order. And then summary of the Turkish word order, or each position of the elements of a sentence, adjectives, adverbs, verbs, subjects, preposition or postpositions. And I want to put the questions in a different section, like a category and word order for questions, because that's actually the most important thing, because that's how how you can change the meaning completely. And I will also talk about the in colloquial speech, the important or useful things to know. And then if we have enough time, we will do a practice. If we don't have enough time, the practice will be the homework tomorrow. Anyway, o zaman şimdi hemen başlayalım. Önce standard order hakkında konuşacağız. We'll talk about the standard order. And as you know, in English, like I will compare it to English, so most of you can relate to and understand the difference. So English, as you can know, is a subject, verb, object. Like first you say the subject, like I, and then you say a verb, like I read, and then the object, whatever you are reading. I read a book. But in Turkish, the subject comes at the beginning, okay, that's fine, but you change the position of the verb and you put it at the end. So I read a book is not the way. In Turkish, we say I a book read. We say read at the end. So let me just show you the text in case you are confused. We first define the object, and then the object, like first we talk about who is doing what, like who is doing what. Who and what are defined first, and then we talk about what the action is. So I a movie watch, I a book read, or I food eat. We say the action at the end. Because Turkish has endings. Turkish is an agglutinative language, and you put suffixes on each word. And this helps to understand and identify each word in the sentence. This is why you can just move them around the sentence. Okay, so wait. Quick thing and okay. And now in this bottom part of the page, I want to show you all the different possible variations when you can say a sentence. So let's see it that way. So this part is the subject order. Like when you put the subject at the beginning, you can change all the other words. And the first part, this first one, is the standard order. Aylin bahçede kitabı okuyor. So Aylin is a name. Bahçe means garden, but this de means at the garden or in the garden. It's about the location. It's the locative case. And then kitap with a P, not a B. Kitap means a book, but when you make it specific, like the book, when it's the direct object, you put this ı as the accusative case and kitabı, then P turns into B. Kitabı okuyor. So Eileen is reading the book in the garden. But you can also change it. Eileen kitabı bahçede okuyor. Eileen okuyor bahçede kitabı. Or Eileen okuyor kitabı bahçede. And in the next part, even you can see that bahçede can come at the beginning. Bahçede Eileen kitabı okuyor. Bahçede kitabı Eileen okuyor. Bahçede kitabı okuyor Eileen. Bahçede Eileen okuyor kitabı. And let's go quickly to the other variations. Hemen hızlıca diğer kelime düzenlerine de geçelim. Mesela kitabı Aylin bahçede okuyor. Ya da kitabı Aylin okuyor bahçede. I will not read all of them because there are many and they are all possible, they are all correct. This the last part, the last column is different than the others because even the verb can come at the beginning. Like you can say, reading Eileen in the garden the book. So Eileen is reading the book in the garden and then reading or is reading Eileen the garden and the book. Okay, so this is only to explain or demonstrate how flexible it can be. Ne kadar esnek olduğunu göstermek için böyle söylüyorum. Tabii ki bunun kuralı yok ama bazı durumlarda kullanmanız gereken düzenler var. Kullanmanız gereken şeyler var. Çünkü bu düzen veya kelime sırası cümledeki vurguyu değiştiriyor. So, there is not any rule. You can use whichever you like, but there are situations that you need to use like a certain order to emphasize a certain word. Now, in the next slide, I will explain how to focus or stress a certain word. Like when do we use which order? So, I want to keep this simple for everyone to understand. I will not go over I will not use the linguistic terms heavily. So I will keep simple words and the focus or the stress, which is the important thing that you want to give, like the information, it comes before the action. For example, our basic example, I read a book. Reading is the action, so it is the verb. And that is also the predicate, as they call it in linguistics. So when you put or place a word before the verb or before the action or before the predicate, it takes the focus. So, for example, when you want to indicate or when you want to emphasize the time of a sentence. For example, let's have this sentence. Ali dün okula gitti. This sentence simply means Ali went to the school yesterday. This is the standard order. This is how you can say it. But when you want to give a different emphasis on the time, like when did he go? Yesterday. Now you want to emphasize dün. And how you can emphasize it? Simply moving dün before gitti, which is the verb. So you take this here and insert it here before the verb. So Ali okula dün gitti. Now this gives me information about, or I mean, even this sentence gives me the information, but this sentence stresses the information or puts focus on the information. This is probably the answer to when did he go? He went yesterday. Ali okula dün gitti. So it was yesterday that he went. Okay, and to keep this consistent and simply, I will use this sentence structure, like it was yesterday, it was who, it was that. And but who? Now if you want to give an information about the subject, the person who did the action, you use the same order. Now you will put this here, Ali. Again, actually, yeah, I also want to talk about this okula, so you can also put it here. Dün okula Ali gitti. So this time it still tells me Ali went to the school yesterday, but it gives me more focus on who went. So it was Ali who went to the school yesterday. Dün okula Ali gitti. Okay? So when you change the order, when you put the word before the verb, it gives more focus on the whatever it is, like whatever precedes the verb. Okay, so I will slow down a little bit here. This can be confusing. So let me check if there are any questions, which there is not, except for Sami's question. Yeah, what is the meaning of life? I don't know. I wish I knew. And if you have any questions, you can directly ask it in the channel. I am reading the channel right now. Everything is fine for now, yes. Because, you know, Turkish likes plot twists or complicating things. Yeah, it's the ask command like this. So yeah, this is still the basics. This is still the easy part. You insert a word before the verb and it puts emphasis. Okay, so does the first sentence emphasize okula, or should we say okula gitti Ali dün? Good question. Actually, the first sentence does not emphasize anything. You need to change it as well. If you want to emphasize okula, that was the part I was going to explain, so thank you for reminding me. You need to change it, but since it's already in the after or before the verb in the standard order, now that's where the colloquial part comes. Ali dün gitti okula. Or it depends on your intonation. Ali dün okula gitti. As you can hear from my intonation, I put more emphasis on okula. But if you are typing this, you can change it. Ali dün gitti okula. Or Ali okula gitti dün. Okay, so this will be the answer to your question. Wait, I got a new question. So if someone asked, when did Ali go to school? And I said, dün okula Ali gitti. Will it still make sense even though stress is wrong? Of course, it still would make sense, but it wouldn't exactly answer the question. Because, I mean, the person who is asking the question can still learn it from the sentence, but that's not what they want to ask. That's not what they want to learn. So it will be understandable, but it will not be natural. So you should pay attention to the stress. Yeah, Hussein, that's perfect. You can use the command. Tamam. And if there are not any more questions, I'll move to the next one. You will still be understood, but it wouldn't be quite natural. That is the point here, to polish your sentence. You know, to make it as smooth as a native speaker will say. And now we are going to be talking about this in more detail. Herkese iyi tatiller. Happy holidays. Kendinize iyi bakın. Take care of yourself. Seneye görüşürüz. See you next year.